Welcome to Free Live Tarot Readings. I'm Tarot Oracle, and I do the readings. What is going on? Bartman, Jana, Linda, Sarah, Midnight Meditations, and Andrew. How's everybody doing tonight? It is, it's getting close to Friday. It is, man, I need a lot of weekend. I need a lot of weekend, and hopefully it is here soon. A couple more days and we are there. Hot Girl Vic, welcome. Sarah wants to know, been called back for a second interview. Well, congratulations. That is good news all around. Hopefully you get some, hopefully you get some of that fresh job action. That fresh job action is what you need. And to see about that, let's warm it up today. Let's warm it up today with a little bit of the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. We'll do that. Get a second interview. That's the ticket. That is the golden ticket right there. And we're using the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot to read that golden ticket. Let's see. All right. How will that go? Second interview. Chariot points to motions towards that. Crystal, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. KSW, welcome to the stream. We got the Emperor telling that you have more control over this than what you think. In fact, we have all majors. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. Anything with all majors in general is going to be encouraging. It's going to be pretty exciting for you. Chariot talks about, Cowboy Dan, thank you for your donation. Chariot talks about just getting in there, getting into that action, and then sort of having control over the room. So they're asking you questions that you know the answer to. They're talking to you about stuff that you already know. They're inquiring about things that you're perfectly comfortable with. Boo Boo and Tammy and Holler Moon, welcome. Magician says that your skills and your prowess are really shown off here. They really shine and they enjoy it. They like it. And strength. They want that connection. They want that connection with you. They want to have you around. They want you to be there. Cowboy Dan, thank you for your second donation. But yeah, that's pretty good. I don't think it gets better than this. You could have a 10 of Pentacles here. I mean, somebody's going to argue later. 10 of Pentacles would have been great here, or an 8 of Pentacles. And I agree. Strength, it keeps the major flavor. It keeps the major flavor. It makes it all majors. Keeps that tone. And overall, this is looking fantastic. I'd give it a thumbs up. Thumbs up indeed. Maddie, thank you for your donation. Starlight Star Bright, first Star Bright that I've seen tonight. Thank you for your donation as well. We are hopping. We got 10 donations. It's been 1 minute. So that's good. That is good. Actually, 6. So we almost broke a record last night. Well, not almost. We had 39 donations. Now the record is 43. So it's close, but very interesting. All right, Crystal, should I give up on Ghosty already and remove him from social media? Ignored my attempt to talk to him again. Now, Crystal, I hate to bring up the master of the obvious statement here, but his name is Ghosty, and he's ghosting you. I mean, I'm just saying. It seems natural. It seems next level. It seems like the next step in the evolutionary process of being a ghosty is to ghost somebody. We will look. Well, I know you don't, I don't know if you like this one or not. Anyway, you're getting this one. You're not getting Thoth. I know you don't like Thoth. Naughty by nature. Welcome. How you doing? But I think this one's good. You know, quite frankly, I'm tired of doing the Modern Witch Tarot and the Cat Tarot every time for you. We got to change it up. We got to get you in some styling new clothes. Some styling new clothes. We're going to have to break it out for you. And should I just give up on Ghosty because he is ghosting me? So well-deserved name, I gotta say. Naughty by Nature, thank you for your 2 donations. I appreciate you. All right, let's see what the Ghosty feel has there. The situation has changed. It's not the same. The situation has changed. Paula, welcome. Paula, hopefully you get that cloth in the next few days. Well, in the next couple of weeks, more like it. Boo Boo, thank you for your donation. I appreciate it. Yeah, the situation has definitely changed. We moved from something that was fairly predictable. Renata, thank you for your donation. Let me know what your question is. We moved from something that is fairly predictable to something that we're just taking a break. Now, Crystal, you've watched the stream enough. You know that Four of Swords means taking a break. It means relaxing. It means waiting. And it means planning. So it's just a matter of waiting, planning, looking, and just being patient at this point. Because we have the Three of Cups and the Six of Cups. They're both sort of a friend zone type thing, or sort of, friends. But that Ace of Swords says they will communicate eventually, but you got to let them do it on their time. I would give up for the meantime and wait. Be patient, see how it works out, because that's really key here. There's that overall just a hovering feel that things changed on their side. And, that is just the way it goes sometimes. Sometimes you just can't control that stuff. You just can't get a handle and get any control at all over those types of things. All right, we got a wealth of donations already. If you're in the queue is long, and we've been here 5 minutes. The queue is even longer. Naughty by Nature, thank you for your donation. Coming back after 15 years? Naughty by Nature, that is called optimism. Now, that is optimism at its finest, Naughty by Nature. I'm telling you now, that is indeed it. All right, we're going to adjust the contrast a little bit because the cards are looking kind of samey. All right. Oh, wow. We got a lot of donations. Cowboy Dan, job prospects for A. Let's look and see what kind of jobs A could have by using the light seers. I mean, the light seers will give you this information. I think the light seers knows what's going on. And it is definitely going to give its 2 cents about the jobs, the job prospects. Hermit is an interesting beast indeed, along with the Sun and the Page of Swords. It says that there's more sort of searching and hunting in store. It's not like things just magically work out. The door opens up and swings open and the job is there. It seems that you have to do a little more planning, a little more seeking. The Sun is sort of getting out, pursuing it, walking amongst there. And that Page of Swords is sort of not only dealing with what we need to deal with in life, but also getting the communication out there. You see, she's got the book open. She's doing different prospects. So she's sort of prospecting out there, getting the advertising herself, and definitely chasing what is available. Hermit says, don't just stay home. You have to get out there. Getting out there is key. I think we have good job prospects. I think that they end up finding something that's very competitive, but they can qualify for, I would say, in the next 3 weeks. In the next 3 weeks, we find something competitive, but that they do qualify for it. That means you're going to go up against other people. You're going to go up against other people. So the competitive nature is sometimes pretty fun, I got to say. When you are competing against everybody else, and you get that little extra about you, there's a little flair about you that people see and people notice that most people don't have, just because you are more of a competitive person. I think that really sort of shines in this particular person. Why are the cards outright lying to me? Why are they lying to me? What is happening? What is going on with that? The Four of Swords. Oh, man. That Page of Swords and the Nine of Wheels. First off, it seems that the cards that you're using are not the cards that you should be continuing to use for this particular thing. I think that you chose poorly, like they say on the Raiders of the Lost Ark. You chose poorly in a particular deck. You chose poorly to match a deck with a particular question. I think if you use your intuition, you're going to get a better deck of cards. You're going to find the one that's really going to sort of match where you need to be and your particular question, because I think that mating between the question and the cards just isn't there. It just isn't there. And I think it's sort of off-putting a little bit. The Four of Swords, things just aren't lining up. That connection, the communication is not lining up as it needs to be. The Knight of Wheels says you have cards that are available. You have them. You have a selection. You're using them. You know how to use it. You know how to sort of lay it out. And these have worked for you in the past. But in your current condition, which seems almost like a Mercury retrograde of tarot, it just feels like that you have the Knight of Wheels means that you need to select better. You need to get that selection, point to a better set, and that is going to be key for you because the Four of Swords, things just aren't lining up. And the Page of Swords says that's one of the problems here, right? The page, the newbie, the neophyte, the inexperienced communication between you and this set of cards for the question. You have to figure out the match. You have to make that match work, and making the match work is going to produce a lot better results for you in the long run indeed. Get that match good and we will see it. Is Adrian excited to see me the meetup in April? I think so. Evan, what's going on? Good to see you, my friend. All right, we'll do the This Might Hurt Tarot on that. See if they do that. High Priest, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. Let me know what your question is. And we will get Adrian out on the table. And we will ask them, are you excited? Are you excited to see Star? Because I would be. I mean, who isn't excited to see Star? It is a star indeed. Eight of Swords, Three of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles. I think they have a bit of trepidation about seeing. There's something interesting about this meetup. There's something interesting about this match. It feels like there's some trepidation between there, right? The Three of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords. It's almost like that they feel like that things are going to be a little bit different than what they imagine. I think they're imagining just a great sort of meetup, a great sort of reuniting type of thing or whatever, sort of seeing each other. And that Eight of Swords says, I hope I live up to all the hype, because what I have in my mind and my imagination may look a little bit different than what they see me, or they may look a little bit different, or we may act a little bit different. Things may not be what I need them to be. That Eight of Swords is the restrictions kind of there, right? Three of Pentacles does say that there is some expectation. It's not like just a casual hello. It feels like there's some expectation behind this, like there's something going to be happening. There's something laid out on the table that we need to address when we're there. And the Seven of Pentacles says it's time. It really is time to meet up. It's been a while. Meeting up is going to be key. Finding each other, looking at each other is going to be key, and the meetup is indeed going to be well. It's going to go well. So yeah, a little bit of trepidation, hesitation, as long as that, but overall feels okay. It feels not half bad. Not half bad indeed. Alex and I, how's it going to be? How is it going to be between you and Alex? Maddie, welcome back, by the way. Good to see you. We will get you the Modern Love Tarot, and we will throw it down today because it is a modern love kind of Thursday. Speaking of modern love, Christina, what is going on? Good to see you. Charisma snuck in as well. Charisma, happy Thursday to you. Sunshiny Day is here with us too. Day, good. Is NH a good place and staying sober? Huh? Is NHN a good place and staying sober? I thought you wanted to stay sober in New Hampshire. I was like, what the hell? You want to stay sober in New Hampshire? Is that even possible? Is that even possible to stay sober when you're in New Hampshire? I mean, it may not be. I don't know. We'll see. Sunshiny Day. Well, Sunshiny Day, we'll see if they're staying sober and staying off the sauce or the booze or the suds or... Alcohol has 10 million nicknames. It really does. Naughty by Nature, thank you for your other donation. I appreciate that. Seven of Wands. How is it going to be? Well, somebody's talking to the hand. That seems to be the first thing here. Somebody is talking to the hand. Yeah. There is that defensiveness about it. It feels like things just aren't working out. Things just aren't matching up the way that they should be. Now, the Nine of Cups says we have a lot of interesting potential here. We got a lot of interesting potential here. There's fun in the tub. There's action. There's a lot of different sort of things that do match up really well. Just matching up really well. Pieces of the puzzle are going together just like magic sometimes. Not on all of them, but you can't really expect that at the end of the day. Now, can you? Five of Swords, though, it says it is a bit challenged. We got three cards here. Two of them are bad. We do have a bit mix of a challenge. It feels like, Maddie, what we have is a puzzle that fits 90%, 85% together. And then all of a sudden, some of these pieces, you can't find them. You can't find the puzzle pieces. They're not fitting. I can't figure out where this one goes. This other one's supposed to go here, but I'm having to jam it in. A lot of things just don't fit. And at the end of the day, you can't make a whole puzzle without the pieces going together well. So do you have the whole puzzle here? No. Do you have a whole lot of the puzzle put together? Yeah, it seems to be working out. Nine of Cups, that emotional satisfaction is one of the key components here, but having the complete package, having the complete puzzle, it just doesn't fit. Tarot and such, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. We are up to 17 donations already. Naughty by Nature, a general reading for the first week and the entire month of April. We're going to combine these two. Into an action-packed reading. An action-packed reading with the super Lunaris Tarot. Not the regular Lunaris. The super Lunaris Tarot. Not the regular one. Okay, well, there you go. All right, we got the first week and the rest of April. Since the first week of April is in the rest of April, we'll just do April. That's too many cards. We'll just do April. All right. What do we got going on in April? That Three of Swords action. A little bit of the Three of Swords action, feeling kind of poor, feeling like things just aren't working out in the long run. We do have a little bit of challenge at the end of April. I'm saying the 1st of April, that mix as we come into the fresh month feels pretty decent. You have a lot of things that are working together pretty well, right? Temperance card. I talk about this in my new book. Temperance card is an interesting card. It means blending everything together, but also means putting sort of a different aspects of our lives together. In the traditional temperance card, we have this dynamic between an open space and a closed space with plants. We have a water and fire and the thought. We have a lot of interesting things mixing together, and things are mixing pretty well at the 1st of April, especially when it comes to relationships, emotions, and all of this stuff is sort of happening there. It feels like a lot of good things are just rolling out. Now, as we move towards the end of April, though, especially the last week is kind of challenging for you. We have the Three of Swords and the Five. It feels like a Mercury retrograde moment has definitely fallen out and hit us straight up in the head. Mercury retrograde. Feels like that we're late for meetings. We're not on time for things. We're saying things, but people are taking it the wrong way. It feels like a lot of this disappointment or this darkness sort of sets in. Sort of this disillusionment as well with some of your bigger dreams that you wanted to sort of accomplish in April, May, and June are sort of being sort of held back too. Feels like a little bit of a restriction as we get into that last week. Definitely watch out for a particular family member. I think that they're going to need you during April and or some of May. So you definitely want to watch out for someone reaching out to you specifically that they need some help. Sunflower wants to know about the weekend actions. Let's get Sunflower with some weekend with some cats. And see about that. Probably should be dogs for Sunflower, but I just wanted to use the Grimalkin anyway. I'm a rebel tonight. It is pure rebellion action over here tonight as I whip out the cat cards and see about the weekend. Look at that stretch. Look at that nice stretch. It is one of those weekends at Four of Pentacles. Just get a nice stretch. Just sort of relax. It is sort of winding down, especially towards the end, getting that nice stretch. Four of Pentacles is also about money as well. And I think that you have money on the mind this weekend. That Five of Pentacles, I think you're sort of trying to figure out about some bills or sort of reducing bills or trying to figure out where some money goes. That flow of money is going to be on your mind a little bit this weekend. And we're back to temperance with the flow, with things going well together. And overall, one of the big factors this weekend is sort of trying to figure out what's next. I think you have a good master plan, in mind. Not very fleshed out though. You gotta put it all on the table, write it all down, and flesh out some details this weekend. I think it's going to put your mind at ease. Don't just sort of imagine things. And I think juggling things in your head works okay for smaller projects. But something larger, something bigger in scope, you definitely want to write it down, plop it on the table, and sort of start moving the pieces around, because that is on your mind as well. Sort of getting everything coordinated, getting the big next steps. I think you should hammer that out this weekend, especially for anything big on your mind, and keep those ideas flowing. This is one of the creative weekends for you. It feels like things are on a creative spike for you. I would definitely sort of get writing things down, record the audio, do whatever you can to get some of these ideas out on the table. Renata wants to know something. What does Renata want to know? The question, will M come forward? What is with this particular connection? Let's see, by using the Gregory Scott. I mean, there's one day I just want to use Gregory Scott Tarot and nothing else. I think the level of just animation, the level of graphics in here really sort of screams out, hey, I got things to say. I got places to be. And Gregory Scott knows where they are. I think Gregory Scott has some sort of a connection going with all of these cards and all the great graphics on these things. Will M come forward? Yeah, I'm going to say no. I don't really think M is going to come forward. No. I think this connection has multiple layers to it, right? Multiple layers. One of the big things about this connection is just how odd it seems sometimes. It feels like it just doesn't work out. Things don't blend well together. We have that Seven of Swords sort of sneaking out. We have other things happening. We have more complex situation, and being sort of defensive and worrisome about it. It feels like things just don't blend sometimes like they sort of need to with this connection. And again, I say it's multifaceted because there is a defensive nature to this. There is that disconnection, but look how distant it is. Look how distant it is and how far away. The disconnection is there, sure. We have this weird dynamic, sure. But they seem farther away than they should be, or they seem farther away than they are. And you feel that too. There's that, not really worry, but there's just this concern about the overall arcing future of what's happening with him, right? We are concerned about it. And there's some secrecy too. M has some stuff going on over there. M has a lot of things going on over there. And you just sort of need to sort of just wait it out at this point. The Page of Wands. Don't be too quick for action. Don't be too quick to judge what's going on. You need to give it some expansion space. You know what I mean? It's like when your brain is swelling and they cut open your skull to let your brain swell outside of your head. You need to give it some expansion space. Is the Leo guy going to come back? I mean, it is a Leo. It is a Leo. You just don't know with that. I think Maddie's the only one in chat that actually likes the thought. So we're going to use the thought for Maddie up in here. Next, Goddess. What is going on? So good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I appreciate that. T Love, Eleni, what's going on? It's good to see everybody. It is an action-packed Thursday. I'm ready for the weekend. I'm telling you now. I need a lot of weekend. This has been a rough ass work week and I need a weekend. I am going to isolate my ass this weekend and just do absolutely nothing. Christina, welcome. Welcome. Thank you for your donation. We be in Plano before the end of the year. Well, sounds fun. Sounds fun indeed. Mwah. All right. I'm sure your stalker would want to know that as well. That's a good question. Okay, let's see about that. Let's see about the Maddie, the Leo guy. Are they coming back? Are they not coming back? I think that I think that they come back in their own sweet time. I think the Leo has this perception that they're in command. They sort of know what the plan is as they make it up, right? I don't think this is a person that has some big overarching master plan and part of that is going to be, I'm going to hit you up here or there. I think they wing it. They figure it out as they go, but they're pretty good at that. That Leo is pretty damn good at figuring out things on the fly. They're good at winging it and all of this stuff. It feels like that. Now, they do have this level of unpredictability about them that this is kind of interesting. A lot of times you don't know what the hell they're going to do next. And that's sort of half of that is their unpredictable nature first off. The other half is they don't really know what they're going to do. That's sort of a surprise to them as well. They're very winging it type of person. Are they going to come back? Are they going to return? I think so, given enough time. Again, the unpredictability, the dynamic decisions that come out of this person, you gotta sort of, put up with it. It's part of the package deal. You gotta put up with it. But yeah, I think they'll eventually come back their own sweet time when they feel like coming back. Are they going to come back forever? Yeah, that's to be seen. There's a lot of fire when they come back. It's very like emergency, very big, very important. They make it sound like this big deal that they are back. That is, I guess that's part of being a Leo. I don't know. But yeah, it is a big deal. It's this big showy event. It's like the trumpets play and the clouds part, and you know what I mean? Why did he come back after 15 years? That is a long break. That is a long break. You know what I mean? And to figure that out, we are going to use a Chiro deck called the Gilded Tarot Royale. Love us some Chiro. I mean, Chiro made a lot of cards. So I guess Chiro retiring is going to be okay. I mean, they made a lot of cards, not sure I guess they're just going to sit over there and work on the website. I don't know what Chiro's going to do at this point, but yeah, there is that. I guess reprint a bunch of things, maybe. I don't know. Chiro, let us know what you're going to do. Why did he come back? It's karma. Basically, it is karma. You have a lot of odd things about this particular individual, one of which, obviously, is coming back after 15 years. I think they're trying to turn over a new leaf. They're trying to be a different person. And part of that is not really Alcoholics Anonymous, working through all of your old bad things. I don't think that's it. But I think it's sort of similar in their mind. They're like, they need to fix karma. They need to fix some things that just didn't work out. They need to close some doors. And in order to do that, you may have to drive a long way, all the way back 15 years ago to close particular doors. The Hanged Man says, I have a new perspective. I have a new vantage point on sort of where I want to be. And that Eight of Swords, I want to get all the doors closed. I want to go back. Doesn't matter how long ago it was. I want to go back and get some of those doors closed. And sort of that Five of Wands. I know that opening some of these doors from 15 years ago, 20 years ago, 5 years ago, they're going to be painful. But I need to deal with it. And that's sort of where they are coming from there. It's just fixing the karma, running around and closing some doors. High Priest wants to know. Let's see. Is my cousin trying to go for the same type of job I'm in? I don't know. Let's see what your cousin is doing by using my deck, my cards, which are being printed. They are being reprinted. We will have a couple of hundred copies of this in stock soon on Etsy. Make sure you're following me on Etsy, and you will get an email when I post it. And it's going to be thicker. We're gonna take a guided tour of the new thicker cards and see how thick we're talking about. You know me. Well, I make a video on everything. We're going to do it all. All right. Is my cousin Vinny going for the same type of job I am in? Absolutely yes. We're going with we're premature thumb. A premature thumb, you know. Wheel of Fortune is a cycles card. It says what we do day to day. What comes around goes around, how we approach things, how we do things. They're going to be just the norm. And I see some people being successful over here. Everybody's cheering for them. High Priest seems to be working it out fine. Can I come back and do the same type of job? Maybe. I think ultimately they're going to burn out and get bored and move on, but they're going to give it a shot. Yeah, they're going to go for the same type of job. They are going to give it a shot. Maybe they'll be in Dallas as well. Maybe, you never know. But yeah, we're going for that thumbs up action. They are going for, you know, if you see that Six of Wands, if you see the success laid out on the table, you might as well see if you can get a slice of that pie, because sometimes pie is better than cake. I mean, I'm, not starting any controversy. I'm not going to start shit up in here. I'm just saying pie is better than cake. Well, I guess it depends. It depends on the flavor. It depends on the flavor. Speaking of flavor, this would be a good time for a food tarot, like the Tasty Tarot. But, oh wait, that doesn't exist. All right. But anyway, let's get the second best thing, which would be the Tarot of the Divine. You love working with the Waterfall Tarot. Paula, I'm very happy that you like that. I appreciate that. Paula is my biggest fan. I gotta say, Paula picks up everything I make. Paula, you are my best customer. You're my biggest fan. All right. If I made the Tasty Tarot, it would have been great, but nobody wanted it. So there you go. All right. Well, a couple of people. I think like 5 people wanted it. But one day I will finish making it. One day. Is New Hampshire a good place to stay sober? Or, in other words, is NH in a good place, and are they staying sober? Are they staying sober? That Seven of Swords, sneaking out and having secrets. Oh my. Sneaking out and having secrets. That's kind of painful. That is. Boo Boo, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Sneaking out, having secrets. I think they have a little booze. They have a little sauce. They have a little drinky on the side. Mwah. I think they're doing that because the High Priestess, I hate to say it, it is about secrets. I'm not saying the High Priest is on the sauce, but I'm saying next to a sneaky card with a fox, going out, taking a little bit of a drink. When I was 415 pounds, my partner at the time really harassed me for being 415 pounds, as would be expected for me being 415 pounds when I shouldn't be. I made like I didn't eat anything bad. And then when they weren't looking, I ate a lot of things bad. But that was me. And it seems that we have a little bit of that fox action, a little bit of the sneaking around, that Queen of Swords. I'm in command. And I do what I want. I do what I want because I'm the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords has a bit of an attitude. They do. They have a bit of an attitude. They also have this thing where they could have been abused as when they were younger. So, or they have been in abusive situations. I think that may be causing some of this drinky. I really don't know. But yeah, Amy, thank you for your donation. Let me know what your question is, Amy. But that Nine of Wands, man, we have been injured. We are on AA. What is the solution to being injured? What is the solution to being sort of tired? And, maybe it's a little bit of the secrets. Maybe it is a little bit of not staying sober in New Hampshire. Yeah, we've been injured in the past. That good old Nine of Wands. I got a big chapter on that thing for sure. Naughty by Nature says, I got a question somewhere down there, and I want you to read it, T.O., and I will read it. I keep getting dreams about a man. You know what we need? The Dream Keeper Tarot to sort of fix this and make it right. To fix this and make it right the way it needs to be, that Dream Keeper Tarot. I am just saying. I mean, alcohol has too many damn nicknames. The sauce, the suds, the booze, falling off the wagon, getting on the wagon. I'm not sure which is which. When you fall off the wagon, does that mean you drank? When you get on the wagon, does that mean you got on the drinking wagon? I need, all right, this is bothering me. I'm going to go Google it. It's starting to freaking bother me right now. Okay, let's see. Was it falling off the wagon? Let's see. Falling off the wagon meaning. Okay, is it falling off the wagon or is it getting on the wagon? When you fall off the wagon, you go back to drinking alcohol in large quantities. Okay, so falling off the wagon is bad. Getting on the wagon is good. Okay, I got it. All right, now you know. And knowing is half the battle, according to G.I. Joe. Okay, speaking of G.I. Joe, this could be the man in your dreams. You do have dreams about this. I mean, the Hermit says there is somebody coming, especially with that Ace of Cups. I think that you have an opportunity to meet somebody indeed. I think this is going to be an Aquarius. This is sort of an excitable Aquarius, though. Somebody that is, sort of somebody that is very interesting. They have a lot of odd things about them, but they're just intriguing in many ways. You are going to meet this person. I think you're going to meet this person almost like online, but it wasn't like a purposeful meet online. It was just like something accidental that happens online. You end up meeting them. Ace of Cups, you have something promising, something interesting coming in here that it just happened. Temperance is back. Every Temperance today has been the first card. Who thinks that's weird? Raise your hand if you think having Temperance in 4 readings now as the first card is weird. Anyway, we've gone over Temperance for 4 readings now. You get the idea. I assume you're still here watching. We get the idea. Anyway, the Hermit, somebody that's been alone for a while. Somebody that is good at being alone. They're acceptable to getting into something, but overall, they're just good at being alone. You sort of just get this interest, and all of a sudden you just meet this person. They're like, this is an interesting person indeed. Maybe they haven't fallen off the wagon or whatever. Yeah, maybe they're falling off the wagon. See, that's good to know. Starlight, Europe one day, travel by ship or plane? I see a throwdown.
Time for a tarot throwdown.
I gotta say, we are light on throwdowns this week. I think this is my first throwdown in the entire week. We need to do more throwdowns. I'm telling you now. The throwdown is like the mainstay of the channel. You know what I mean? In fact, let me play it again.
Time for a tarot throwdown.
It's the mainstay of this channel. It makes us unique. It makes us unique, like not being able to shuffle cards when you're a magician. Well, that's not being able to bridge cards. I mean, I'm just saying. Before you judge, YouTube user, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. Well, A and I meet this year. All right. We got ship, and then we got planes, trains, and automobiles down here. Planes, trains, and automobiles seems to be the default method. It's the method that you immediately think of when you think of this trip. It's the feeling that you get when you're ready to go. When you're ready to go. And yeah, it does feel like that. It feels like the plane is the de facto method that everybody is going to use. Come on. I mean, when you say I'm going to travel, everybody naturally assumes you're talking about a freaking plane at this point. So plane is the destiny. Plane is sort of where you're going. I don't think that works for you, though. I think you want a little bit of adventurous spirit, and that's where the ship comes in. That Emperor says the ship gives you more opportunities. It feels like it's slower. It's more relaxed. If you're not in a hurry to get there. Georgie, thank you for your donation. If you're not in a hurry, it seems like it's just like this casual, fun tour almost that you really enjoy. And the enjoyment of the trip is sort of where you're at, right? I can get from place A to B, but my enjoyment seems to be greatly enhanced by going by ship. I vote ship. I vote ship. Get in that water, you know. Don't fall overboard, but you know, you want to get in that water and scream for help. The next goddess got a buying a house. Some insight on this. All right. Well, buying a house, is that going to be a thing? Is buying a house still a thing? I think so. I do think so. And we are going to find out about that, by the way, by using the Wonderland Tarot, otherwise known as a Tarot Wonderland. But yeah, there is that. Yeah. Got a buying a house issue to solve. Some insights you will get from the, Eugene Smith. Eugene Smith knows what is up. Well, this particular house sucks. This particular house could have some problems. It could suck. By the way, entertainment purposes only. Never make decisions about buying anything or doing any house purchase based upon a fat man reading cards on the internet. Just, you know better. Just don't do it. Ten of Swords says something's up. Something's up. The issue is here for a reason. You're trying to get this issue and you're trying to sweep it away. You're moving it away. Next goddess is like, if I could only get this damn issue and I could just get it and I could just move it away, that would be great. But the problem is there's an issue for a reason. There's an issue for a reason. It's not random. The Ten of Swords says something's up with the entire situation. That Knight of Wands is almost like that. Again, we want to move forward with it. We want to get that fiery action. We want to have the flames going on. The flames going on. It feels like that we want to get this thing started, right? Because Justice says it's almost like we have a limited time, or there's something that is rushing us through that fire action with the justice. It needs to be balanced out with sort of what is happening in the broader sense, because Justice card says there are things to balance out. There are things to weigh in both sides of this. And that High Priestess says there's some secrets here. There are some things here that you don't know. And research, figuring this out, And going through that process is going to be good for you, because that termination, that stopping feel of that Ten of Swords says, yeah, this may not be what you think. The secrets involved, the need to balance out, and all of this rushed nature, or this forced nature of the entire thing. So there you go. There is your there is a little bit of that explanation for you. Christina wants to get a job working in Plano. Oh man, let's see about that. By using what are we going to use for Christina? I guess we could use something. Something interesting? I mean, I'm defaulting to heaven and earth. I know you like heaven and earth. So the heaven and earth seems to be all right. And we're going to go with the heaven and earth. Not my first choice. Something tells me that there's some other decks that'd be better, but we're going to go with this one after all. Why there's so many versions of Titanic? Because it's a big ship that sunk, and that never gets old. You know what I mean? It's like when you're passing by a wreck on the freeway and everybody slows down to rubberneck and look at it. It never gets old. It never gets old. Amy, you are next. Amy, thank you again for your donation. We got you on the list next. I got your question in the queue ready to go. All right. We're getting that. Faye, thank you for your donation. Getting a job in Plano by the end of the year. We have other job opportunities, that is for sure. You do need more money. I don't think you're going to get it in Plano. You do need more money. Basically, by the end of the year, we're going out on a limb. We're going out on a limb here. All right, are we ready? Are we ready? We're going way, way out on a limb. But hooray may not be something in store. Hooray may not be something in store indeed. I think that the current situation that you're in basically collapses before the end of the year. There you go. I dropped the bomb. I dropped the verbal bomb. NC, thank you for your donation. Why don't we sort of say that? We have the sustained strength. I think other things come available to you and doors open up that weren't previously open. And you're like, that looks pretty good over there. This looks pretty good over here too. In fact, I like both of these things. And I think the doors open up for you. And they open up as the tower begins to collapse. Because I think a shitstorm forms around where you're currently at. Picasso, thank you for your donation. And things start crumbling down around you. And those opportunities that you were thinking about, you need to take them seriously when they come up. When they come up, you need to take them seriously. Because we are there. We are the Princess of Pentacles. We do have a modest level of control in sort of where we want to go and what we want to do. We have a nice full resume of stuff that people like. And I think that the big show that starts to occur up there near the end of the year is like, oh man. And then you see the first brick fall. And then the next brick falls, and you look above and think, ooh, all of these opportunities, I think I want to get in on one of those right now. There you go. We're going way out on a limb. That is way, way out on a limb. But when the end of the year comes, we'll see if I'm right. How come I'm being so clingy with my mom? I need a hug. Boo Boo needs a little snuggling, it sounds like, from mom. And we can get that with the Dark Mansion Tarot. We can get, we promised Amy donated. We promised Amy that we would get Amy's question. And all right, Amy, should I treat tarot reading as a full-time job? Oh my. Obviously, entertainment purposes only. Entertainment purposes only. Never quit your job. Never do anything, in fact, based upon a fat man reading your cards on the internet. And I would be said fat man. And we need to figure out what is, what is going to happen there. Yeah. Should we do this full time? Four of Cups and the Knight of Wands. I think that you have some capability to do it full time. You make some money. You make some money. This person gives you money for a reading. They're like, I need a reading. You're like, cool. And then they give you a little bit of money. Not as much money as on the screen, but they do give you some cash. And I think that you're getting pretty comfortable with it. I think that you're on this comfort zone where you're like, I'm putting all of these pentacles into the ground. I'm planting them and they're sprouting up. I got people, they're talking. People are talking, right? Four of Cups, though, says this is really what you want to do full time. Can you do it? Yes. Yes. Entertainment purposes only. Can you do it, though? Can you? Yes. Do you want to do it? I would second guess yourself here. I don't think that you want to do this crap full time. I don't think that you want to do this as your primary thing. I think the wavering business, I think the unpredictability makes it not a good full-time job for you. But that is my 2 cents. And that is what the cards say for me. YouTube user, will A and I meet this year? We'll see about that. That would be great. Both of y'all meet, arms out, all excited. Everyone is like, yay. The music plays and all of this other stuff. We will do that. And then we'll get to Sunflower's clinginess after this. After A and I. Iced caramel latte. It sounds so fancy and it tastes so good. All right. Basically, no. Basically, no. We have the Ten of Swords. We have the Knight. We have Strength. Sort of indicates that patience is a virtue here. Having a little bit of patience, having a little bit of sort of the planning aspect. And I think that, I think that no, you're not going to meet this year. You do have a little bit of a possibility here. That Knight, it says the window is open for a very short period of time if you really wanted to chase it. But Strength says having the courage, having the connection, having the sort of fortitude to go forward is going to be good. And that Cutting Action says no. I'm just going to go with thumbs down. Going to go with thumbs down. And now we will get to the clingy sunflower action going on there. And in order to do this, we use the Field Tarot. It has been a hot minute since I have pulled out the Field Tarot and figured out why Sunflower is being clingy. Is Sunflower lonely? Does Sunflower just need a hug? I mean, a lot of people just need a hug. People need hugs. And when they get said hugs, everything is better in life. But this Field Tarot, though, the Field Tarot, though, says that isolation, you've been too long. It's been too long since you had a hug. It's been too long. And it feels like you're scared of losing her. It feels like that you're scared of losing her. It's almost like that movement that you have going on in the summer may be a movement away. Maybe a movement away from mom. And I think that you want to get as many clingy hugs as you can. As clingy hugs as you can there. You know that the move, you know that the action that you're taking is going to be beneficial for you overall. You need to do it. It's not like you have a choice. You need to get going with that. That leadership says this is up to you. It's something that you planned, something that you need to go forward. But I think that you're going to miss mom. You know that, it's just going to be a little miss. That isolation, you just need more hugs. And mom is always there for a whole bunch of hugs. And that's a good thing. That is a good thing indeed. So be clingy if you need to be. That is all right. Nothing wrong with that at all. Just be as clingy as you need to be. And that is going to be one of the big factors there, because, I'm just saying, being clingy will be all right. What the hell is going on with LP? Is it a twin flame thing? It feels intense. It's all intense. Speaking of clingy, it could be clingy indeed. LP could be clingy. We're going to go with a little Oz tarot. No, we haven't. Oh, you know what we need. You know what we need right here. Everybody's favorite, that Mons tarot, and some hearts, because that LP, I'm just saying, something special about the LP. I think we might get the Star. We might get the Lovers. We might get something nice in here for LP. Something's happening. We got a little bit of that tingly feeling, you know, where it shouldn't tingle. And we'll see why. We will see why. Shahid, welcome. How you doing? Good to see you. Appreciate you hanging out with us today. Tiring. It's good to see you as well. By the way, if you are new here, there is no list. Donations take priority, and then I pick at random. And as always, I mean, if you're watching and you're like, I want to hit that like button and that subscribe button, I would. Let me tell you why. The news program coming up next week is going to be the biggest news program so far this year. There are a mountain of things coming out, and they look really good. So your wallet will hate me after you see the news, because it is filled with stuff that you need to know about. There's some hot stuff coming out, I'm telling you now. All the people that have made the decks that I drool over on a nightly basis, they're all making new decks. We have all sorts of new stuff. All right, what the hell is going on with this connection? The communication is there, and LP knows what to say to make you tingle. They know what to say to get you in there. And that Tower, they have that spiciness about them. It's just like, you know, when you go and you're having some, like a spicy meal, you know what I mean? You maybe a little curry or something, and they do it just right. And you're thinking about that damn meal for like hours afterwards. The next day, you're like, I got to go back. I got to go back to that restaurant. That's what it feels like, that Tower, that mix of spice that you like. It's not like a ton, but it feels like just enough. If you've ever had a good curry dish, that's made just right. Now, that Nine of Pentacles says it feels like this is somebody that you deserve too. You know, you deserve it. You deserve it. It feels like that you've had a rough ass time. You've been chasing people. People have been chasing you. They're all wrong. But this person knows how to do it right. It feels like I deserve something good. And this person is really giving it to me. No pun intended. Because
Everybody loves the D.
the person is really giving it to me like I like it getting. And, well, guten Abend, Kanan. It's good to see you. Appreciate you hanging out with us. High Priest, thank you for your donation. And the Lovers. The Lovers ends it all. The Lovers brings it all together. It does feel like that. It feels they know how to do it, and they know how to talk. Okay. So there you go. That's what's going on. By the way, we're ending soon. We're ending eventually. Another night with like 30 donations. I love it. It is always action-packed here. That is for sure. It is never a dull moment. Speaking of spicy, Georgie wants to know. No, Georgie, I just said Georgie. Hightower, anything exciting good coming towards me soon? Let's find out. By using the, oh man, we can use this one. This one's a nice one. Look at that. Look at that. That elemental wisdom. That elemental wisdom does it right. Speaking of doing it right, that elemental wisdom gets it done. It doesn't play around. You know what I mean? All right. Anything good and exciting coming to me other than an elemental wisdom tarot could be. Oh man, that Nine of Cups, that Page of Cups, and Nine of Coins. I think you do have good things indeed. We're giving a little bit of a thumbs up already. We haven't even started. We're giving a little thumbs up there. That Nine of Cups. It says, you got 2 nines. It says a lot of things are concluding. A lot of things are sort of coming around and they're closing the door on some of the things that you've been experiencing. One of these is emotional. I think there are some outstanding threads emotionally where it feels like, oh man, these things need to get closed up. They need to be addressed. They need to be up front in the forefront. And I think that they're going to make that happen. So yeah, Faye, I think some of the emotional threads are going to close up. They're going to finish out, and it's going to feel pretty exciting. The Nine of Coins as well. I actually think that you win a little money. Not like a ton. I mean, not like just the jackpot or anything. I think that you end up winning a little bit of money. The Nine of Coins next to that Page of Cups, though, it just feels like that this is going to be something that just rounds it out. I think the next 2.5 months, and I say the 2.5 months is pretty, it's sort of, again, you're closing doors, you're finishing things. It feels like things are wrapping up. And that's good for you. That is going to be excellent for you overall. So yeah, I think you do have a couple of good things. Again, 2.5 months is your key point. So now until 2.5 months, things rounding out, things finishing, doors closing where they sort of need to be closed. Because, some of these things staying open too long, it just gets stale. It's like milk that's been in the fridge for a month. You just need to get it out, take it out, and finish that particular thread. All right, let's use the Vox Tarot here for this one. How does Visual Basic feel about me? Visual Basic is not very popular anymore, I gotta say. If you had a chance to get some Visual Basic back in the day, you know what I'm talking about. I bought Visual Basic 1.0 with my own money. It was like $100 freaking. I stood in line. I got a copy, I waited outside the door. Those were the old days when you get the Visual Basic timer and you named it timer and it locked up the whole damn application. Those were the days when things were simple. How does the VB feel about me though? The Four of Cups, they could take you or leave you. They could take you or leave you there. That Seven of Swords, they do see you as some opportunity. I think they see an opportunity between you and them. And that's going to be one of the factors here. That Emperor says, but if we're going to get something, if we're going to have at least this opportunity, if we're going to sort of manifest it there, you know what I mean? The Emperor says that they want to be in command. It's not something where I want NC in command. I want to be in command. That's basically it. That's why that you have an opportunity here rather than a connection. You know what I mean? A connection's fine, but that opportunity though, that really is alluring. It brings the party in. And the Emperor says that if they are in command, they are going to be content and happy with that. So that's sort of where they feel about you. So let's see, who want to know about code? Andrew, was VB ever popular? My friend Andrew, it was. It was indeed. It had ease of use. It had all sorts of media in there. People were loving all the media stuff. I could play files and all this other stuff. What the hell was the competition, Andrew? It was C++. Ain't nobody want to code C++ for anything, basically. I mean, C#, that's different. It looks like Java. Let's do that. That's fine. C++, pointer to a pointer, pointer to a pointer to a pointer, hunting down memory leaks. I got to buy a damn application to find memory leaks to go through all of my code. Yeah. That you got a header, but you didn't get the correct header in there. You didn't dynamically compile things when you compiled it. Therefore, now it's trying to pick stuff up from a DLL that had changed because the entry point to the DLL is different. God forbid it just do a COM DLL interface. No, you got to go direct to the entry point. Now the DLL came up with a new version because the vendor wanted a new version. I mean, did you really enjoy those days? Seriously? I mean, serious question here. Did you like look forward to them days? I mean, because I didn't. And I'm just saying. Anyway, all right, Picasso is being watched. Picasso, are you being watched? That is really weird. That is really weird indeed. Am I being watched in the neighborhood? Are people staring out the window at me right now? Are people staring out the window at me right now? I mean, and then you had to buy books on how to code properly in C++. If my ass is spending time reading books on how to code properly, I ain't making money. The company is not making money. Okay? No, nobody wants to do that. Nobody. Literally nobody wants to do that. Companies want to make money. They don't want their devs sitting there reading a book on how to properly code C++ so you don't have memory allocation problems. And then the vendor has a new version of the DLL. Somebody copied it overnight. They didn't tell you about it. Now your stuff doesn't work and you don't know why. And that person went on vacation for 7 days and they are not going to be back anytime soon. And meanwhile, you got to sit there and go through and go out and do a hex editor into the DLL just to see the stupid memory, just see the stupid entry point for it. It was good days, good days. Am I being watched by the neighborhood? We're going to use the Poe for this, by the way, because the Poe knows. And the Poe says, the Six of Wands, the whole neighborhood is out indeed. They are out indeed. They are watching. They are looking. They are outside. There's one particular person, too, that seems to have an interest in what is happening. They want to see what's going on, and they are staring right in your window. They are looking out their windows and they're seeing you. They want to know what you're doing because there's something interesting about Picasso's house. It definitely is. You know what I mean? And that Five of Swords, yeah, a little bit on the nosy side. That's okay. That's okay. But obviously, entertainment purposes only. I find it interesting that the whole neighborhood is out right here and there's an open window. I'm not saying anything. I'm not insinuating anything. I'm just saying that is an interesting thing indeed to see in this particular reading with this particular question. All right. I said the Poe knows. The Poe knows indeed. High Priest knows too because High Priest wants to know something. High Priest says, hey, the question is my cousin of mine that's going after the same job, is she jealous? Is she jealous of me? Is she jealous? Could be. Could be, High Priest. Let's see about this jealousy thing happening here. I mean, we got the Five of Pentacles. They feel like that they're below you. They feel like that they are not on the same level. But if they work hard, they can sort of get in there because Justice says things do balance out after some hard work. I mean, I can put in the hard work. That's what they're saying. I can put in the hard work and make up for things that just, that just aren't there. That just aren't there with me right now. Astaria Sin, man, it has been a long ass time. How are you doing? It is good to see you as always. It has been a while. It has been a long while. How have you been? MMS's current feelings for me. I think this is the last read. I think it's the last read of the night. Thank you all for being here. Everybody hanging out with me and my weird self. I'm in a wild mood tonight. It is one of those moods tonight where you just don't know what's going to happen next. You just don't know. That Hermetic Tarot, though, it knows. It knows. The Poe knows. The Poe knows Windows. It does know Windows. It knows a little Linux. I would say some free BSD. But Windows, the Poe knows indeed. I remember my free BSD box. Man, I had that forever. I think somebody hacked into that thing. It was internet facing. I was running a BBS through it, which is a bulletin board system, in case anybody wasn't alive during the 90s. Okay. S's current feelings for me. that Six of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, and the Hanged Man. They like you. They like you because you're different. They like you because you have a uniqueness about you, MM. You're not boring. You have a uniqueness about you, an unusual fascination for cool things. When they're around you, they feel different. They feel like they're a part of your life. They feel like that they're an important part there. You do have a way of making people feel comfortable, right? That Wheel of Fortune. I want to sort of bring you under my wing. I want to bring you into my world. I think that they like that. They like that comforting feeling. Not necessarily that they just want to hang out and be in your world all the time, but they do like that you have such a unique perspective, such a unique look at things, that type of thing as well. The Six of Pentacles, too, it almost feels like that they're part of the family when they're around you. I think they have good feelings towards you. I think they're comfortable, and I think this person would really enjoy spending more time with you, quite frankly. I mean, they would like to spend more time with you, quite frankly. So that is it. That is it. And speaking of that is it indeed. We are out of here. Thank you so much for being here tonight. How many donations we get? We got 31 donations tonight. Thank you all for hanging out with me. I appreciate that. As always, I'm here every single night. So come back tomorrow and I will see you then.
A cave, a dream that no one could save, a shelter, a whole act, a light that died with the night. You and I, we got our differences, yet I thought we were more alike than unlike. Months of rain and chest pain, what's the plan? Heavy breathing, stay insane. Grab my hand. Everything is great inside this narrow maze. We speak, but